good? Hey, yo! YouTube, welcome back. We're playing against Jax, and this is going to be a stride breaker game. Now, I do want to talk about something about that item. If you've been following some of my videos, then you must know by now that I've dropped the item because there isn't a lifeline item that I would put in place for it. But I did figure out a fix because I do know how important having a shield is, right? But let's kind of go into the explanation why. Now you see, with Sterex, I think the only item you should be building it with should be Trinity Force, because they synergize off of each other so well. If you do Stridebreaker with Sterex, I think you're wasting a whole lot of potential, and that's why I wouldn't want to go Sterex if I go Stridebreaker, which is the reason I don't be touching Stridebreaker. Now, I figured out a solution to that, but that is not still just building Sterex regardless, right? I don't want to waste synergy and stats. So I figured out this little solution, and the whole thing about Lifeline is let's just look at it from a broad perspective. It's just a shield once you're low HP as a contingency plan. Now let's look at this fight over here. The reason I do this is because I'm trying to make sure that the Echo can get a... Is he gonna die? Okay, he doesn't die, but the mistake done here was I sacrificed my HP bar, which I've done before. Sacrificed my HP bar to get a gank off. A gank isn't worth anything if you die for it, because it's 1-for-1. That's wrong. My mistake. But other than that, the whole point of a lifeline is your HP is low, and you have a contingency shield if needs be. So all I need to do is have a shield at low HP, and this is where this item comes in, Gargoyle Stoneplate. So I have Stridebreaker, and my kinda lifeline item is going to be Stoneplate. Although it's not lifeline, so I need to pay attention and use it when I'm low HP. That's the only catch. But it has a lot of resistances, so it's going to be good. And you're wondering what the build is supposed to be, because Sterex at least has HP and AD specifically. So what's with this Stoneplate? Because it's you're obviously giving up you're giving up AD. The build that you're doing is first Stridebreaker, then Death's Dance. That's 2 AD items. You get Winged Moonplate, you stop there, and then you go to Gargoyle Stoneplate. So your core 3 items, and a little bit, a half, your core 3 items is pretty good. You're at 2.5. Yeah, you're at 2 AD items, which is kind of the same if you go Trinity Force, Sterex, and Force of Nature. I saw that, and there's a horrible mistake. I'm playing aggressive under tower versus... Nah, that's... Especially when he has an advantage, because he has Sheen. Yeah, that was not right for me to do. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make here is you have... It's okay to do as well, because with these 2 AD items, it's 50 or 55 AD. I can't remember how much Distance gives, but it's also 60 AD coming from Stridebreaker. So you have at least 110 AD from these items, which is great. Now, let's get on with the game, because I am 0-2 and I need to figure out a way to get back into this game. But Jax is hanging around. We should be able to find him somewhere and maybe get a kill, because he's refusing to recall. Maybe he wants to do a bait with the Rek'Sai. We're going to have to see. But so far, because we are 2 deaths in, we do need to play a little careful. Now, I don't know if I can do anything about this. Okay, I survived that, but I'm gonna have to recall. There's no other way to do this. Alright, so I have quite a bit of stats. And I should be closing in on level 7. A few good trades and I might be able to kill the Jax. If he misplays ever so slightly, I could even kill him. He doesn't have R or Ignite. He used it last time. As long as I don't get ganked, there might be a way, and he makes some mistakes, I might be able to even kill him. Like, he could get cocky. For example, now he's getting too close to me. Okay, he queued away. That's not good for me. I'm thinking, like, he could be so far ahead that he doesn't even want to use E. Or use E later on or something like that. Because I don't have any AD, right? I don't have a longsword. So it would make sense that he would do that. But let's just figure out. So I land my Q. Okay. He should... Okay, that's perfect. Watch it. Knock, knock. Perfect. He made enough mistakes for me to capitalize on. I just stayed calm. I waited for some of these mistakes that he was gonna do. I know he's not gonna press R. It was on cooldown. Ignite also on cooldown. What I didn't plan for, unfortunately, was Rek'Sai just being around to pick up the scraps. It's my... I didn't track the jungle. I should have known because there was no like presence in the bot side of the map or the mid side, so it's obviously he's gonna be up here. So I need to take care of that. But we do have a kill. Gotta come back. A little bit of a shutdown, so we should be good and back into the game. Now I know I did a bit of explaining with this little bringing back the Stridebreaker, but I do feel as if it's necessary for you to know before I even start building the way I build, so that you have an idea of why I'm doing it. I think it's important, which is why I'm telling you it. But now that we're deep into the game, now we can see exactly how this. Bro, he's gonna get Divine Sunburst so early. This is not good for me. Rek'Sai is around. I think I might be dead. Want some? Yeah, there's not really much I can do. The Rek'Sai chose me. But this isn't all bad because Echo, one that isn't getting focused at all, he's 3-0, should be able to catch this. And the Jax, if I'm not mistaken, all he has to do is just press. Oh no, never mind. It's fine. Because Jax didn't get the kill, and that's really what matters. I have 2 longswords, and Jax still doesn't have Divine. So, although yeah, I got ganked, I need to put that into the post-game screen. But we're doing kind of okay in terms of bringing in a comeback, because I am matching the Jax once again, especially after taking advantage of his mistakes earlier on. Alright, I set this up a-okay because I knew he had Divine and he would play aggressive. Echo, fortunately, he came over and started helping out, and that's the only reason I managed to get the kill on the Jax. I used his aggressiveness and the fortune of having a jungler near me. Now, if I didn't have a jungler near me, I'd be in trouble, because Divine is kind of impossible to beat if you don't have any help. But more specifically, if you don't have your first item. Now, if you have your first item, you can even outplay a Divine Sunderer champion eventually. But if you don't have your first item, and they have a complete Divine Sunderer, you're not going to stand a chance. I'm talking Camille, I'm talking Jax, Yorick, who else uses that? Trundle. You don't stand a chance. Okay? So, but with that being said, we are closing in on... Wow, I still need quite a lot of gold. About 700. I should be able to find that somewhere. And once I finish that, we should be good to go. That's 60 AD. So now I see Jin is low HP. Would be a shame if he. What's this? Well, that's a good one. I'm seeing a little deja vu. Because I remember being in Jack's position, trying to help the Rek'Sai with a Scuttle Crab or something like that. Yeah, helping my jungler with the Scuttle Crab and end up dying because we got outnumbered. I remember something like that happening. Yeah, it was in one of my post-game comment. No, the explanation video, I think. Something like that. Yeah, it was that one. Bro, it's kind of nice seeing everything come full circle. So if we go next enough times, we should be good to go and get back to Diamond 1 in short amount of time. Soon. Okay, so we do have a Stridebreaker completion and 2 longswords. That's gonna go into Death Dance. You're packing in a lot of AD just off of that. So having the third item being a tank item like Gargoyle Stoneplate should not hurt you that much, because you do have 2 AD items, and one of them is 60 AD whilst the other being 50. So okay, that's pretty good. Hey yo, I jumped over a wall for that one. That was a wall jump to get into that kill there, bro. Yo, that's... Hey, but what can I say? It's 5 million points worth of experience to pull that one move off. I am proud of that moment. Okay, so that was 600 gold for us. Wow. No. No, don't even think about going anywhere near that champion. That's a ranged champion. There's a ranged champion behind that. I'm pretty sure Ziggs was behind him. 3 ranged champions, and you don't have any sums, if I'm not mistaken. No. That don't want to be anywhere close to that. Too many parasites. Jax looks like he's baiting, but what he doesn't know is that I have this. No, I don't, but I'm close to it. I have the AD. I can deal with this shit. I have now outstatted them. First, he made a couple mistakes, and he made some honest mistakes, and he ended up dying for it, and he lost. Then he got team diffed when the little river fight happened, because they got outnumbered, and I came in and killed 2 of them. And now he's now outstatted, and there's actually nothing he can do. It's funny because it's just coming full circle. I like this because I suffered these 3 things in the previous video. Now he's suffering these 3 things. I like this rotation type shit, because first you're the one that suffered, but now he's the one that suffered. Now hopefully, because I do need to keep the consistency up, right? Now hopefully I can stay on this side where I'm the one taking advantage of them, and they're the ones suffering at my expense. Oh, and they FF'd. How prideful of me. I love this. Anyways, let's go to the post-game screen and finish off this analysis. Okay, so quite a good performance, especially towards the end. But at the start of the game, I did make a few errors. I did make a comeback, which is important, and it's something you should learn too. You need to learn how to get a comeback, because there are going to be times where you get camped and you're already behind, right? And you have to figure out ways to get back into the game. So it's very important to know how to come back into the game. So learning comeback tools is important. But but with that being said, it's best if you don't have to use that. Because it's a whole lot easier to win if you are ahead at the start than if you had to make a comeback instead. Comebacks are harder to win by, whilst being ahead and staying ahead is a lot easier. So with that being said, what did I do wrong in the start of the game? Well, first things first, I sacrificed my own HP bar to try and pull off a gank that also failed. Wrong. Don't do that. It's not worth it at all. Because it's at the end of the day, it's like a 1-for-1, and that's best case scenario for them, not good scenario for you. And he almost got a 2-for-0. So sacrificing HP for a gank, not good enough. And if any case, just leave the gank alone. You don't need to die for anything. Second, I was playing aggressive under tower, eating tower shots against a Jax, who clearly has a contingency plan, which is pressing Q away or Q onto me and using Counter Strike to make sure that I don't do any auto attack damage. There are a couple of champions you do not want to tower dive against, unless you are fed, and Jax is one of them. Riven as well, but Jax is also one of them. If they are ahead, you don't want to be tower diving them. But other than those two issues, I mean, I guess there was a couple of like Rek'Sai ganks, but that comes down to jungle tracking, and I guess there's some game knowledge as well, knowing where they're gonna be. But other than that, I did do a good comeback, and the highlight of the game, the airborne dunk. Man, no, the wall jump dunk. That was a good execution. I'm proud of that one. I like that. But other than that, a decent game. They even FF'd, putting the cherry on top. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Do the YouTube usuals, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and watch more videos. Anyways, that's it from me. All my links are down in the description below. Have a nice rest of your day, and peace late.
Nothing but